What is that one thing that makes you feel alive in this dead world? For me, it's a road trip. The time is 6:15 and we are starting our ride. Yeah, the sun was beautifully wild that day. So, I have traveled from Mumbai to Kerala in a train, in a plane, in a scooter, and even a cycle, well, in parts. And this time I'm traveling in a car, that too on CNG. In this video, I'll share my entire experience and tell you how we did it. Hopefully, it motivates you to do such trips. We left Mumbai at 6:15 am, to be exact, Ghatkopar, and we entered Pune by 8:30 am. Before leaving, we had a full tank of CNG and we had planned to fill at Pune. And this is our first stop for filling CNG. Tip: don't fill at CNG stations which are inside the city, rather fill at the pumps that are on the highways. 5.5 hours done in the journey, and we have completed 300 kilometers. Another 100 kilometers we reach Kolhapur, where we stop for lunch.
That's correct.
Acting भी नहीं है, sports भी नहीं है, मर गया है. Indian नहीं है, male है, मर गया है, इतने बताऊंगा.
Industrialist?
No. Politician?
Yes.
This is our second stop to fill CNG. We had a tanks full in Mumbai, and then we pumped it up again in ahead of Pune, and now we are in almost in Kolhapur, and this is the third time we are filling the CNG. That's our luggage rack. It's not the traditional rack, it's some sort of bag which is fitted into the car, and that's where you keep all your belongings or bags. After a good lunch, we hit the road again. The time was little over 3:30 and we were reaching the border of Maharashtra and Karnataka. In around 9 hours, we drove 400 kilometers. On the Mumbai-Pune-Kolhapur highway, it's best to get your tanks full in Mumbai and then near Pune, and then between Satara and Kolhapur or Kolhapur. Our car gave us 200 kilometers on a full tank, so we filled at Mumbai, Pune and Kolhapur. Now Satara doesn't have CNG pumps, at least that's what Google showed, so you'll have to fill either before or after Satara. ड्रॉप है पानी का. वो बैकपैक वाटरप्रूफ है. It's raining in Karnataka. Karnataka, it's raining, and now we're reaching Hubli, where we'll probably stay for the night and then we'll sleep. This is the third stop for the day and probably the last. After this, we'll get into some hotel and sleep. The initial plan was to reach Gokarna on day 1 and then follow the coastal highway NS66, but the time was past 6 p.m. and we had covered 550 kilometers. Gokarna was another 170 kilometers from here, which could easily take more than 4 hours. So we chose Yellapur as a place we will take a halt at. From the Dharwad-Hubli bypass, you have a road that takes you to Gokarna, and Yellapur was in the middle of this. This is the Hubli-Gokarna road. It's small but beautiful, probably if you had come in a day. In the night, it's not so good to drive on this because the roads are small and it's not extremely smooth. You have a little patchworks in the way, so you can't speed, and the vehicles which comes from the opposite will probably have their lights at high beam, so that will kind of irk you. And on this route you have very less hotels, and Yellapur is the only place which has the most. Hence Yellapur, I think, is a good place to stay. So finally, we have ended the day. It's 9:30 and we have reached Yellapur. We haven't reached Gokarna. The plan was to reach Gokarna, but Gokarna is still 60 kilometers from here, so we didn't stress it out. Again, in Yellapur, you can, though it is a little town over here, but you can have problems finding rooms. There are 3 hotels over here mainly. One is Sri Krishna, and then there is Acha Comfort, Acha Resort, Acha something, and then there is Sri Sankalpa or Sankalpa. The 3 hotels. So Sri Krishna and Acha were almost full. We didn't get the rooms. We have 4, so we came over here. The hotel is good. The rooms are nice. Okay, decent, manageable for the night. The rent is, I think, 1300 rupees for a night. So I think overall it's a good deal. And yeah, so keep that in mind if you want to stop at Yellapur. These are the hotel options you have. The time's 8:30 and we are a little late to start the party. So today we have to cover 730 kilometers to enter Kerala. Not to enter Kerala, to reach our destination. So probably we will stretch and reach Kerala. If not, we'll stay for the day. There's no CNG nearby in Gokarna or Ankola, so maybe we have to put in petrol, but if there is CNG, I'll let you know. So the car wanted us to take a photo. That's the reason we stopped in the scenic location. It's a beautiful bridge. This is the behind the scenes of photography. 700 kilometers to go. After our photography stop, we are back on the track. This is the Maravanthe Beach, which is right next to the highway, and this is, I would say, the highlight of the route. More than 850 kilometers has been done, and we are still left with another 450 kilometers, 450, 500 kilometers. which won't happen today. So probably today also we'll be taking a stop, and we couldn't find CNG from Hubli that we filled in yesterday. From Hubli, right now we are reaching Udupi, is 30-40 kilometers, 50 kilometers odd, and the next spot from Hubli is Kundapura, which is 10-20 kilometers from here. So there's a gap of 60-70 kilometers where you have to fill petrol and go on. And that's the car enjoying the views. After riding for like 80 kilometers, we came to this petrol pump and there's no CNG. So far I have been to 12 states and 6 union territories of India, and I have to say Karnataka has one of the best roads. The roads here are wide, smooth, well maintained, and a speed of 100 feels like 50 here. So after Koteshwar we came to Udupi, which was 38 kilometers. There's a pump in Udupi. There's only one CNG pump in Udupi, and that too is out of stock. It's said that by 4 o'clock they will be refilling the pump. So let's see if we can get CNG from here. We'll just go around Udupi, have lunch and visit a lighthouse, and by that time luckily if we get CNG, we'll fill it from here. So here is what happened. We filled CNG at Dharwad and took the bypass to enter the Hubli-Ankola road because we had to drive through NS66 from Gokarna. If you also take this route, then you won't find CNG till Koteshwar in Kundapura. Now Koteshwar is 280 kilometers from Dharwad and our car's mileage was 200 kilometers on full tank. So we had to drive 80 kilometers on petrol. Now when we went to Koteshwar, they were out of stock. Then we had to drive another 38 kilometers on petrol to reach the next CNG pump in Udupi. Here too they were out of stock and said that the pump will be refilled by 4 PM. The time was 3 PM when we reached there. So we thought of having lunch and roaming around a bit till the pump was refilled. Sadly, it was hard to find a proper meal at that time in Udupi. We visited 4 to 5 proper restaurants and all were just serving snacks. So we came to Maravanthe Beach, which is a very famous and beautiful beach in Udupi, and spotted this shack, which I guess has the best views. Here we did get proper food to eat, but it was not good at all. After we were done with the food, we called the CNG pump guy and he said that it will be 6 PM when it's refilled. So we decided to explore Maravanthe a little bit. You too should if you're passing by. Fun fact, after roaming around Maravanthe, when we went back to the pump at 6:15 PM, there was a line of 25 vehicles. So we drove another 25 kilometers to reach this CNG station at Padubidri. In all, we drove 140 kilometers on petrol. Finally, CNG is full and we are good to go. Going to enter Kerala. The time is 10:30 and we're just waking up. Yesterday we drove till Kannur in the night and we reached by 1:15, and by 2:30 we went to sleep, and now we have 240 kilometers left to reach our place, which should take at least 6 to 7 hours minimum. Before that we have to go back 2 kilometers and get our CNG pump filled, CNG cylinder filled. After Kannur, we filled CNG at Kozhikode after like 100 kilometers as we had to cover a distance of another 150 kilometers. .6 kilometers remain. That's our Galka church all decked up for the upcoming St. Sebastian's feast.
So finally we have reached our destination in Kerala.
It took us 3 days to reach our place, Irunalakuda in Kerala. We rode around 1400 kilometers and filled CNG at 7 places: Mumbai, Pune, Kolhapur, Dharwad, Padubidri between Udupi and Mangalore, Kannur, and finally in Kozhikode. Total fuel cost came to around 5,000 rupees, including the 10 liters of petrol. So that's it for this video. Do subscribe for more. If you have any questions, you can put in the comments below or DM me on Insta at Clyjon. Bye.